So, are you an old soul? How do you know? And once you do know, what does it give you? How do you go about life knowing you're an old soul, right? So, because knowing, knowledge should have purpose. Why should you know something if you're not going to do anything with it? So, I'm addressing this topic. I'm like speaking freely. I haven't taken any notes. As some of you might know, I've started to do videos in that way a while ago because it just feels freer to me and more genuine and authentic to do so. So bear with me if you're interested. Bear with me if you also want to know, what does being an old soul maybe have to do with being a twin flame? For those of you who are into twin flames, but if you're not, you can still take something away from this video, hopefully. Because it's, as I always say, twin flames is just a hook, right? It's just something that leads you to an awakening, that leads you to knowing and realizing that there's more than you actually think life has or you yourself has. It leads you back to God, because I think what twin flames do is they bring you to your knees, literally, and the only way to go from there is like sort of to turn to God. Honestly, that's like the simplest way of explaining what twin flames are all about. Is like, give up control, give up knowing what you thought you knew, give up anything you knew or you thought you needed or you comprehended or whatever it is. Let everything go and let go, trying to figure out that relationship you were faced with or are faced with, and surrender in the deepest sense of the term, which really means just letting everything go. Any sort of control, any sort of plan you had, any sort of understanding, awareness, everything is just like trumped by that experience where you go, okay, I give up. I'm not going to do it my way anymore, right? So that's a little side note on twin flames. So what does that or might have to do with being an old soul? And again, right? I mean, those of you who know me, you know that I am I pride myself to not have a very big spiritual ego, like going, oh my gosh, I'm an old soul, so now what, right? I'm better than anyone, and like that's not me at all. So I wouldn't even ask that question, are you an old soul or not? But since I know that it might help some of you to understand what it means, that's why I'm addressing it. But I'm never addressing a topic in order for you to like get that spiritual ego and think you're better and stand out and like, oh, I'm so over this 3D life, right? It's like, that's just not for me. I'm so beyond, you know? No, that's not the point of it. As I said, there should be purpose in knowledge and awareness. So if you become aware that you are an old soul, it should help you in some shape or form. So to my understanding of what an old soul is that basically a soul that has been around the block, a soul that has experienced many, many lifetimes, right, of living life, of living experiences. It's based on the fact or the assumption, let's say, that we all come here as souls. We incarnate, like we basically choose a body, right? We go into the wardrobe and we're like, hey, let me get this one, right? Let me get the blonde hair, let me get the whatever, the belly, let me get the short legs, let me get whatever. You pick your body and you therefore incarnate, right? Your soul comes into that body. This body then, because it's 3D, it feels quite real, right? You can touch it, you can bite it, it smells, it has an odor, all these things. That body suit then allows you to have physical experiences, like the physical form, like the physical experience of a human being, right? Which means if you run into a wall, it's gonna hurt. It doesn't help you saying, oh, that wall is just energy, right? I'm spiritual. This wall is just energy. Like, come on, I'm just energy. The wall is just energy. Let's just melt the energies. And it's not even real because it's just 3D. It's not real. No, if you run into the wall, it's going to hurt. If you go downhill with your bike with no brakes, it's not going to go well, right? So what you will experience is the pain, like that pain is real, right? You all get my point. I just want to bring some examples. So that's what the body is for. Also, the body is for interacting with other people, making these experiences, be it with friendship, with love, with all these nice, fun things, right? So that's what you came here. Like you went into the wardrobe, you picked a body like a costume, for them to go out on stage and go, hey, that's what I need, that's my vehicle to experience life now, to make the experiences I chose for myself to experience in this lifetime so I can grow in this and that way, right? Maybe you want to experience jealousy, maybe you want to experience why do I never come up with the examples the moment I need them? You want to experience being cheated on. Maybe you want to experience being poor, not having money, not having food to eat. You want to experience what's life like with no legs. I'm just saying, right? That's, of course, we have compassion with every human being on this planet, but also don't be condescending. Don't go, oh, that poor guy, living on the street. Oh my gosh. Yes, compassion, yes, but you don't know what his soul plan is, what he chose to experience. And in order to experience that, to overcome the misery maybe of the state he's currently in, he chose that starting position, right? That's also what goes on with you selecting your parents as a soul. You select the parents that you unconsciously, before incarnating. I'm sharing my opinion here, right? And my opinion is based on years and years of studying this stuff, but I'm not saying it's the only ever truth, right? If you have a different opinion, okay, but that's what I came to, the conclusion I came to. For now, it keeps evolving, I keep going further, I keep going deeper. So in a year, I might be telling you different things, right? But for now, let's assume that, what was I saying? That you came here to experience these things, so you pick your parents. Maybe you pick a very difficult childhood because you know that's the best starting position you could ever have in order to overcome it. And talking about all souls and maybe also twin flames, what is now something that an old soul has experienced is basically everything, every possible experience on the planet, right? You have overcome jealousy, you've overcome hunger, you've overcome being burnt alive, you've overcome like everything you experienced led you a little bit back to God, back to love. So as that old soul that has been around the block, now you reincarnated. You might be here as someone who's lived, I don't know about lifetimes, but maybe millions of lives, I don't know. And so now this time you're like, okay, I got it. I got the main lessons, right? You shouldn't steal, you shouldn't kill someone, you shouldn't. So that's basically what characterizes an old soul. They're sort of wise beyond explanation. They're sort of wise beyond, also they're like age, or it's not a wisdom that you can get in one lifetime. It's a wisdom that you sort of can tell that it's been building up over lifetimes. Do I make sense? So the closer, like the more you've overcome all these things that okay, it's not good, I shouldn't do that, that's ego-based, that's fear-based, you shouldn't hurt anyone, you shouldn't kill anyone, you shouldn't steal, you shouldn't all these things, right? By the way, reference to the Bible, that I'm not really, haven't really read it in depth, but you all have an idea what the Bible says, right? So I'm not going to talk about the Bible because it's too complex. Also regarding the law of assumption and all of that, I'm not going to get into that. But just for now, there's a reason that certain things are written in the Bible, right? Because there are these eternal truths, these divine truths that can be found in the Bible. So as that old soul, you overcame all that, and now you're here and you don't have to start at zero because you had all these lifetimes. So you're evolved beyond explanation. Like maybe you're young still, age-wise, like human age-wise, but you still have that feeling of being different. And I know I probably talk to 50% of people if I say you feel different, because a lot of people feel different and like they don't fit in. They just don't know that everyone feels that way. So they think they're the only ones. Everyone else is just great at pretending they fit in right away, and amazingly. So don't be fooled. But still, I think that as that old soul, the feeling of not fitting in is that you feel like you don't fit in the societal norms we established as a society, right? I'm saying we because I'm part of it. You're all part of it. So there's that discrepancy. There's that you just like the values that, I mean, society is very generalized, right? There's different societies, but let's say the human society as a whole, you can just tell that some things don't resonate with you because they're fear-based, maybe, right? Like prohibiting stuff, or forcing you to do things that you don't want to do, or like, let's say, getting married, even though you feel, I'm not sure if that's, is that really love-based, a marriage always? Like, I just have a doubt, is that really the case? Not so sure. So you have that fine intuition, and that you have that fine understanding of things, and it sort of, what's the word? I was going to say shocked. I think I thought it in another language, sorry. It hurts. No, I can't find it. Oh well. So it crushes against the norms that are established, and you come in with that higher awareness, higher understanding. Again, not judging here, just trying to describe what could be going on. And then it's about you being truthful to yourself and going, hey, I can subscribe to this. I can say yes to that. It doesn't feel good to be doing that, even though 90% of people are doing it, but not to me. So that could all be indicators. I'm sort of describing, right? I'm not just giving you 10 points. Oh, that's how you all know you're an old soul. But you just have that broader understanding and awareness that it's about love, and that it's about being a good human being. And if it's about love, ultimately it's about God, because God is love, right? And I don't want to push the God dialogue too much, but that's what it comes down to, that you realize, hey, we're connected. Like I'm an expression of God. I come from there. That's basically the only thing that makes sense, because everything else, if I try to fit in, if I try to be a good human, like citizen, whatever, it's not fulfilling to me. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, how can I be true to myself and still be part of this society, right? So that's basically my point. If you realize you're an old soul, that you're different, that you've been around the block, in figuratively speaking, and that you're here for love, for unconditional love, to spread healing, to stand strong in the face of maybe crisis, of unpeace, to hold your peace in the face of unpeace. If you realize all these things, that's great, because that's basically the price to pay, is for you not to fit in, not to go with the flow, to go upstream, if you want to express it that way, and to be at peace with that. So that's where twin flames come in, right? It's like, it's different. It's a different kind of experience. It's a different kind of relationship. It's a different kind of awareness that twin flames bring. Awakening is a different kind of activity than going out, watching the football game, getting drunk, and having the time of your life, only for you to then crash the next day. Not crash, not sleep, but crash like a plane, boom, because you had that high. Now you're crashing down. You're like, oh my gosh, my life, I hate my life. It's Monday again, I have to go work. Oh my gosh, right? That's like, I would say, an average societal experience nowadays. So don't be surprised if that's not for you, if you are different. Embrace being different. Oh my gosh, so much diversity in one video. Yvonne, don't joke around. You'll get in trouble. Um, but honestly, embrace being different. Embrace being that old soul that doesn't fit in, and make the best of it. Find your purpose. Find what you're here for. Find what your gift is. What you can contribute. How you do fit in. After all, living who you truly are, because you're actually needed, right? You're needed. There's a purpose of you being here. There's a purpose of you coming in at this time. You have things to give and contribute and help people with. That's by the way, that's another thing of probably old souls. They feel like they want to help people, they want to support people, they want to work with people. It's not like, oh, let's go get money, like let's make as much money as we can, or let's whatever, right? I'm not judging again, but it's about finding your meaning in what you do and feeling fulfilled by that, because it feels on purpose. It feels on what you sort of signed up for before coming in that sense. I hope I brought you some clarity around this. As I said, it wasn't like just a bullet point list of, oh, that's what it is. I try to sort of brainstorm with myself, going with the flow. Others call it download. I wouldn't go ever that far and do that, of course, but maybe I do. No, but honestly, thank you for listening. If I can help you with these things, right, with this experience of being different, with this experience of what's going on, I feel I don't feel it fit in. It doesn't necessarily have to be twin flames, but all that I share in this video, it's all linked in some shape or form. So I can help you with awakening in general. I can help you with a twin flame experience, but I can also help you if you're like, oh, I've never heard of all these things. I just want to get better because I feel like crap, right? I can help you with that too, because then something's blocking you inside. It's blocking your peace. It's blocking your love. It's blocking you accepting and appreciating yourself. So reach out if you're serious about working on yourself. I only work with people who are really serious about it, because I'm not going to waste my breath. So do reach out. I'm looking forward to it. I'm sending much love to all of you. Thank you for listening until the very last word I'm saying. And I see you all soon. Bye, guys. Bye.